from Rise there. I understand why they did it, but whether you could have possibly gotten a third body involved to maybe pick Hyper up, you'll see later on. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't take too much from an SMG-11 to take out Hyper, and that'll be Crusher credited with the very first kill for EXG, but he'll lose a member of his team in the process. And two of the most powerful operators in the final 30 seconds of a round. And Echo and Elysian will be denied. They'll lose another now, too, as Rise look to be in the driver's seat here, and they're kickstarting their offense. Round number 1.
Crusher in behind the bar, and Achieve loses his head on a great peek there from Crazy. Now down to 5 HP in behind the bar. Crusher, honestly, just trying to work out of a phone booth right now. Shrouded in his own smoke, prone behind a bar now, being collapsed upon from every possible angle, and he looks away at the worst possible time. England will scamper right on by with that diffuser. Last Toxic Babe attempting to repel the plant attempt, but Crazy again collects another one. Crazy on a run there, and this is kind of what we've seen from Crazy ever since coming over to Rise Nation.
Might be out of control here, unless Rise can pressure 90, and there you go. It's going to be Vandal on that position, and get Bio, who just was peeking around on his camera. Schlongy will refrag, though. Both teams lose one.
You still have Crazy garnering a lot of information with that electronic sensor. You got Hyper in behind Crazy. They're double peeking towards 90, and that's Schlongy, who has continuously overhealed himself in this position. Try and win out the contest. A great pre-fire crouch height will drop Hyper and extend the man advantage back in the favor of Accelerate Gaming. Acid taking a lot of damage from down below. Sorry. But now looking in prone.
England will be able to take out Achieved here and put us in a 3v3. And down goes Crazy. Schlongy posted up on this 90 position with two very important kills, and Rise Nation's offense that we saw in round number 1 now starts to sputter. This long angle that's being held by Acid won't do him well without an ACOG, and there's going to be some coordination with Crusher securing that kill, finding what little is left of England. Cannot get the kill onto Tomas. As the Legion holds the vault. He's the very first casualty in round 1. And he's involved with the very final casualty of round number 2, but he's the aggressor this time.
No more breach potential for the side of Rise Nation, as you have a dual push right now for Crazy. Hyper will decapitate Schlongy, and now the third member of Rise will file in behind, as that is Acid vaulting out a window, sorry. He was already in the hallway, but he's going to extend out and head to the rooftops now, as the diffuser is surrendered outside of that walk-in closet window, and time ticking away with 50 seconds remaining. Acid is going to have to make a mad dash of the diffuser, make it in, and win this engagement against Tomas. Achieve, though, will win it out onto Hyper. A trade now for Crazy, as Achieved was felled, but Crusher on the immediate trade. It leaves Acid alone as he triggers Elysian Mine outside the walk-in closet. Pre-fires from Tomas will not connect and finish him off. Oh, another one will peek out. 2 collected for Acid now, and 30 seconds on the clock, but Bio has a 3 armor with 100 HP and the ACOG advantage inside of the bathroom, though the pre-fire gives away his position. Acid almost able to connect as Bio tries to retreat back into Astronomy, and there we go. Bio able to turn the corner as yet another Elysian Mine was triggered. Acid finding every single one placed across the map, constantly giving away his location. Bio lies topside as they try to push through the memorial room and the laundry closet. Got Acid quick peeking the door in behind the deployable shield, but you still have 2 flankers for Accelerate. Chief has not pushed back into the backside memorial room or flanked around to the kitchen door. Thomas lands a nice shot onto Acid. The Nomad trying to push him through laundry. England rattling off shots against the box frame, and he'll collect a kill onto Bio, leveling man count once again. This will force Vandal downstairs to try and clamp in on a flank. Schlongy will trade him out, but not before he grabs a kill, and Hyper brings it down to a 1v1 now. Thomas against Hyper, but no time on the clock. Wild pre-fires will not connect on anything but a deployable shield and a few bricks on a wall. So we level once again at a...
It was Vandal who was able to pick up a kill in this particular area, as there was an arm that was sticking around that barrier. Schlongy under fire from multiple flashbangs, just waiting to see. The head of the Ash can be spotted. He tests his trigger finger here as the Ash is just going to play around with the window, absorb a little bit more damage. Vandal was weakened earlier in engagement, and we'll see if Schlongy's able to cut him down. There you go. Beautiful play, but he's under watch from a drone. It gets all the way up. He'll stop for the moment, as once again both of these teams will just sit and wait, and now Rise don't have a ton of time to deal with. Once again, Accelerate, everything working in their favor with utility, the opportunity to slow Rise down. Schlongy gets very aggressive, but it's 2 from Rise to give them the advantage, and 10 seconds left with a Rise can make it in on time. Bio on the flank, cuts down Diffuser. You're gonna have to go for kills. Can he hold it off? 5 seconds left, Diffuser being picked up, but now Bio will find himself in significant trouble. Does he have time to knock out a plant? Yes! The utility from Accelerate, as this is now 4 rounds that they have.
As he has been doing essentially every possible moment of this game so far. But Achieve back up to about 95, and he's prone crawling his way across to safety all the way over to that statuary door on the connector. 40 seconds though, deceptively quick round here is now Thomas waiting and laying in wait for Rise to push in through the door frame. You've got one on cameras inside of Master, but look at Rise again at a 5v5. This is looking to be an absolute gong show and a complete panic fest for both teams. Multiple stacking inside of the connector between Astronomy and Statuary as Crazy has just made it inside of the door frame. England going for a default plan, taking damage from the Toxic Baby. He's going to have to retreat. A trade now as Crazy grabs one, but immediately dropped by Bio. And we have a lot of 4v4. Hyper pushing in through Trophy. Acid with another one, and Bio able to trade one back alone again. And he's able to drop the diffuser. 2 seconds remaining. 2 on the floor. And Bio again in the clutch situation. You've got to be kidding me. Rise. Another situation where Bio...
I've actually been interested with the way both of these teams have been using Ashe as an operator. She does have her different applications, but not necessarily the main person who is in contact with the rest of the teams. It's going to be Crusher felled first. There goes your singular hard breacher for Accelerate. So you just got a minute to go, and Achieved will now need to fetch that diffuser, playing on the sledge roll as his buck had been banned earlier. It's a counterpunch for EXG that is immediately traded off by England. Still, right now, just roaming endlessly. Schlongy will take one down. Achieve picks up another, and Accelerate once again finds himself in a winnable position, but Rise will answer back. Deceptively quick middle round. Oh, say goodbye to Acid. A beautiful pop-up from Achieved. Will now go for the diffuser being planted. England will have to tread carefully. He's a 3 armor. He'll make an awful lot of noise. They'll be Achieved successfully getting that diffuser down. It's going to be a game of cat and mouse here. It's a bit of a destructive exit for Achieved. He smashes his way through the wall and will now sit outside and guard the diffuser as it hits a third of the way through. England taking tons of time with this as he's completely blind. You see from the lineup from Rise Nation, there's going to be no information and no intel that England is going to have to work with, and he's next to a soft wall. He'll give himself a little bit extra HP and go for the diffuser, and this should be Achieved, knowing exactly that he's there. He'll tag England just a little bit, but England comes around and wins the fight in tons of time as the Doc miraculously performs some surgery on the situation, and it will be a perfect survival rate for Rise on that round. They'll take one round of attack and break the streak that Accelerate had worked so hard for. Rise Nation still quite far behind, but that's a good start.
Continue to push Hyper back and back, but the overheal from the Doc, a little bit of damage, but the waiting arms of Schlongy just right around the corner inside of the master connector. England, though, will be downed. Not sure if that was a frag grenade or just shots down from a blow, but Hyper will collect the kill onto Achieved and angling in for a second one onto Crusher, taking a lot of damage. Bio as well, low on HP. Thomas will finally collect the kill onto England and behind the site, but you're very separated right now if you're EXG. The spacing very far apart and low HP for 2 of your members still trying to ingress into the site.
And Schlongy here could be the X factor as, oh, he just barely misses on Hyper's head. Vandal takes down Tomas, and it's Rise once again putting a lot of work into this push, and it all really stemmed from that opening in the bottom of the floor of Study. Now, Bio was firmly in sight, but nobody is going to feed themselves to him except for Acid, traded off by Vandal. And oh boy, Crusher's got a really tall task ahead of him. Playing around this bomb chassis, he does have the woodwork around the bar, but it doesn't matter. Hyper, who played so well in 90, simply surviving, being able to outlast all of those frag grenades from Achieved, is just going to tap away. And it's yet again information out, but Bio's going to go in blind for the time being. Shotgun in Vandal's hands will await the Ashe, and oh, it's England takes out Bio through those holes from below, and Schlongy's just going to push right up. Nobody expecting it. Schlongy gets one. England wasn't very much left for this world. And down Schlongy will go yet again. This is EXG circling the wagons around the bathroom door. Schlongy knows that there might be a body behind the shield, cannot outduel him. It'll be a stead for Vandal with 2 kills around the deployable shield. Crazy will pick one in the crossfire, and Rise have everything going for them as they'll pick up their 3rd round in a row. And Rise now, you mentioned it, seemingly firing up. They did this last week, and they're doing drop a C4 below. He's got one in his possession, so he can possibly be tagged in if need be. But you're very right. Very minimal map control from above, and it's England who will cut down Crusher as the pace will begin to speed up just a little bit. Beautiful pre-fire from Schlongy to eliminate England. The miraculous final seconds of that round that were performed by England will not be able to happen yet again. That's an easy kill for Hyper as he sees one body on the stairs. Another will find themselves in the crossfires of Rise as things are going very well for the defense for the time being. 30 seconds left. Achieved will just sit, post up on the window, waiting for Bio to get in position. Bio will tear through the door, and Achieved will now find his way in, but he's gunned down. All the angles being held by Rise, and this seems like a hopeless endeavor for Bio, who is so good on defense, but can lightning strike twice with him on attack. The answer as the sky starts to get a little cloudy, but they think better of it as Bio with 1 HP has no entry into the site, no diffuser. The round is essentially over, and Rise Nation will hold on, even as Acid collects the very final kill at the last second. Largely impactless, as there was no way Excelerate was fighting their way out of that situation. We get a tie game.
These are outside of the Aviator doorway, and Rise standing pat, not making any alterations or rotations on their positions. They stand pretty tall right now. You're still at a 5v5, you have a lot of utility on your side. You're down a Yokai, but Acid will collect a kill onto Achieve, so there goes the fear of those frag grenades raining down that Achieve is so proficient with. It's a very good spot to be in right now for Rise to try and stall things out.
Achieve must have peeked that doorway inside of the B-bomb site, as that was where Acid was looking. All the way down there you have it. Well, Silence, one of the best players that Excelerate has at their disposal going into the actual push. Soft destruction still available with Schlongi in there, but it's going to be hard destruction from Bio. It sounds like most of those XKROs will get shot out. It's the calm before the storm with both of these teams. Yet another from Rise, as it seems like Excelerate don't have a single answer for the way to attack this site. Tomas does have the small opening where he could possibly go belly in towards the vault. The Vandal's going to be there to greet him. Get a couple shots off and not hit anybody. Hyper's just waiting and watching to see if there's going to be anybody to tussle with him over by Study. Bio will unsheath his sidearm. He'll collect the kill onto the dock as EXG finds themselves in a position where it's winnable. But England takes out Crusher, and oh no, Rise Nation finds themselves once again able to hold off this storm. Poor time management for EXG, and there you have it. 5 in a row from Excelerate on their defensive half. And Rise Nation will do the same thing. The difference maker. Rise was able to...
Another ADS saving his life as that was Achieved, looking to collect again with his favorite utility, the frag grenade.
I'm sorry, does Rise Nation have 2 Jaegers? How many ADSs do you have in there to catch all these projectiles and throwables? As one will drop on top of Hyper. I don't know if that's a near miss, but Hyper will come up. He'll take out Bio and give Rise an even better shot. Another one will look in as Vandal just narrowly misses, finally finishes off the kill, and Rise poised to be able to hold on. Tomas trying to keep his team in the fight. Contact earlier, but there's Crazy to cut him back down. Hyper there as well. Where is Tomas on Repel? They see the wire. They cut his chances and him down to size. There's very little HP left for this Thatcher, and Rise will have to do a lot of work to throw this game away. 30 seconds left, and patience from Rise will assuredly end it. Tomas will have to, at some point, grab this diffuser, which sits in the midst of the Lion's Den. 2 separate bodies from Rise watching it, and it's all but a formality here. It's a tough break for Excelerate. Both teams looking so strong on defense. How's he going to play the rest of the timeout? Still has some people with deployable shields and different angles in front of him, and that's going to be all she wrote for Excelerate, as this round was over 25 seconds ago. Oh my, Rise. 6 rounds in a row. Perfect